Good evening, Crown Royals. Tonight we are rolling out the red carpet for Rosé, a much needed topic. We're super excited, just in time for Sisterhood Month or Women in History, whichever one you want to call it. If you are on Facebook, make sure you switch over to YouTube because I'm going in right now to switch it off. And so I have said her name, but do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, I am Roshonda. Everybody calls me Roro or Rose. How are you doing tonight?
I could not know how to do it tonight. So tonight we are having dinner and then we are also drinking. So I'm gonna take one shot so that I could be
And I'll take a shot with you. I'm a little nervous.
That's why we're taking the shot now. Hi, Tia. Give me the
I don't know why I'm nervous.
I don't know why you're nervous either.
I'm just crazy.
Okay. So tonight's topic is about colorism in the Black community. Let's talk about specifically, we'll do women and then we'll do with men. How about that? Because I'm pretty sure it's a lot to say about both. Okay. So do you want to do the toast or do you want me to do it?
You can do the toast. I'll do a toast later.
I love having guests on and they be nervous because then it makes me not nervous for whatever reason. Okay, y'all, I fill mine up to the brim. Okay, so let's toast to. I know what we could toast to because it is Women in History Month and Sisterhood Month. So let's toast to Gina and Chanel. Ro attended a memorial today for a friend who passed in a car accident, and then my baby cousin lost her battle with cancer. So we are going to celebrate them with the toast because both of them kind of turned up. So we probably should have one now, one in the middle. Okay, so toast to them.
Cheers. Cheers. Rest in heaven.
Amen. Woo. That one came out of my uncle's backyard or something. Jesus. Okay, so let's see here. Good evening. Oh, you know what? Let me put it on here so you can see it. Okay, so we're going to start eating. Hopefully you're eating too if you haven't eaten already. So I want to ask Rose her first question, and please stop texting her, okay? Because I'm a little nuts. I'm going to take the phone and throw it.
I know. Let me put it in my phone.
Okay, so it's a little, African American to be texting her while she's doing the show. You had all day. We're doing it at 8 o'clock at night.
I'm on, everyone. I'm on.
Text your homeboys, text your family. How about that?
I'm on, you guys.
Look out for them. That's what I need y'all to do. So, when you think about what made you want to discuss this topic?
I've always wanted to discuss this topic because it's something that I've always went through. But what made me think about it again was that Facebook post.
What was the Facebook?
It was a post I put up with me and my two best friends, and I have two best friends. We're called Cookies and Cream. Shout out to Alondra and Summer. So me and Alondra are the dark skinned ones, and Summer is the light skinned one. So I put up a picture of us. It was a TBT picture, and one of our classmates commented on it and said, "Oh, you guys are pretty now, but in high school, I didn't understand what all the boys liked about you. Like, I didn't think y'all was that cute." And so when she said that, I was just like, dang. But it took me back because I was like, well, I didn't think I was that cute either. So I said that back to her, but it just made me think like, dang, like how people thought about us. And it just started from there. So right away, I told Ava, okay, that's what I want to talk about, growing up dark skinned. So here we are. And I can go all the way back to elementary.
First, I just want to say, and that's some talk with my mouth full. First, I just want to say, I'ma just need people to say everything, right? So even if you apologize as an adult or just something as an adult, just say you're jealous. Because that's all it was. Because I thought Ro was pretty from the first time I saw her. My mom, I think, wanted to switch us. I wasn't even offended because She literally said that's what she wanted forever, but it never made me feel any type of way with my mom. But it stated you jealous because for you to say something like, I didn't understand why everybody else liked you, that was the red flag for me.
I didn't really think she was jealous.
I did.
I did
Not now as an adult, but
I just think that maybe that's just the way she thought. Like, but for her to say
what would that mean? I wonder what's the big fuss about them? Why would that be the statement then if you're not jealous? Because you wonder why people fussing. That could be anything.
Yeah, you know, I always give people the benefit of the doubt. I just maybe that's how she felt growing up. I don't know. But like I said, I didn't think I was cute either. So her saying that, it didn't make me feel away because I felt the same way. I didn't think I was cute.
Alexis said, y'all look exactly the same. So that comment sounds crazy. Exactly. That's why I'm saying if you're going to say something now as an adult to try to talk about when we was kids, most of us look exactly the same. So if you're saying it, like, add some context to it, because there's certain people, especially women, they got smart ass mouths. And you say stuff later that you didn't say then. Like, has that been on your mind the whole time because you waited for the opportunity to say it? Or was it some more context that should have been due behind that? Because it just is like, explain it all. Because that wasn't, to me, it wasn't cool. And that's just me. Do I think this particular person is mean like that? I don't, but I'm not in this person's life every day either. I just know as an adult and as a woman, I probably wouldn't say that. That's just like somebody saying, Asia, you know, I thought you was fat back in the day, but now you look a little bit different. Now you fat for sure.
I don't know.
Bitch, I know I'm fat. I don't need you to confirm that for me. But to say something like that, like, exactly, it sounds like a backhanded, like, but it wasn't a compliment. That's what I'm saying. The other piece of it was missing. It was due.
Well, she said that now that she sees us, we are pretty now. Like back then, she didn't think so, but looking at it now, we was pretty. I don't know, maybe because we wear makeup or something now. I don't know. It really didn't bother
No,
me.
it ruffle your feathers.
Mm-mm.
No, it's just,
you would have to say a lot more. I don't think it's nothing somebody. Well, it is certain things that they could say, but that didn't hurt my feelings at all. I'm like, thank you for letting us know that the guys liked us, because even they didn't say it. You know,
you couldn't tell when they was peeking around corners,
right?
Oh,
no, I didn't think so.
See what happens? That is so not cool to me. I don't think that. I think that if you're going to say something again, all the context is needed, especially when it's something like that, because we know what people mean. And women try to act, a lot of women throw rocks and then hide their hands. Like, you know what you was doing when you said that. And you know that if that was your daughter, would you be okay with that?
I guess I don't know. It's, you have to say a lot more.
Not that specific.
Yeah, but you
I'm just talking general.
A lot more to hurt my feelings now. So I guess a lot of stuff I just let go under the rug because it don't even bother me. So that made me want to talk about this topic though. It made me, I was like, okay, it's time to talk about it.
With mental health, no, it's not a compliment. With mental health, the way that it is though, we don't know what somebody's mental state is. So yes, yours is fine, but how does that person know that it was?
No, they don't know now. If she would have said that to me years ago, probably when I was even in high school, it would have hurt my feelings then. But now, the Rashonda now, it wouldn't. And it took me a long time to get to where I am now. So if she would have told that to me when I was in school, it would have hurt my feelings. It really would have.
But what about the person that didn't get better? Because things usually get worse as you get older.
Yeah, I think it just depends on how
our mouth.
It depends on how you grew up. So it's, I don't know. Maybe that person is still going through things, which all of us are, but it didn't really hurt my feelings.
No, I don't think that. No. Elijah says she didn't take it as offensively as others did. I think she meant we were regular. I don't know. Well, that's the thing. I think that when somebody loves you, somebody could say something to the person. Like I don't have a problem with the word fact anymore, like at all, period, whatsoever. But if somebody else were to hear somebody say that to me, they're going to be on immediate attack.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different because just in case, or how dare you, or you shouldn't be saying this to anybody.
Well, yeah, because everybody else was on attack except for me. But that's people are always like that with me. I don't have to say nothing because everybody else gonna say something. But that literally didn't bother me. I literally called my best friend, like, go look at that comment. Now that's what I'm gonna do. Get on there and start texting. Like, go look at what she said.
Everybody chime in.
Yeah, everybody. And she was like, what? Like, well, we didn't think we was cute, but thank you. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. By the way, the comment right now is one of the best friends. Let's see. Shayla said, oh, right. She said, I never realized how big this topic was until you posted something on Facebook a few years back, and it had me holding discussions with friends and family. That's true. And that's what this is all about. So again, this is Rose's experience and her sharing her experience, but the bigger picture is, number one, mental health at large right now, coming out of COVID, just people losing people back to back. You never know how much something has been said to a person and what their triggers are. I personally don't want to be the reason why somebody takes their life. And in the Bible, it says everything you think don't need to be said. It's very interesting to me that people could keep it 100 with what they have to say to you, but
they only do that now on social media. They're not going to say that to you in real life. Now, everybody says what they want to say. That's why mental health is so messed up now because of social media. I thank God we didn't have social media growing up. With the way I got teased,
was enough for us.
Yeah, the way I got teased, I probably would have been suicidal because you would have had the whole world chiming in and said how you look. So I can understand how a lot of people feel, but I just thank God that I had a mom that told me I was beautiful, and I had friends and everybody else. And then I had to start believing in my own self.
Right.
But it started all the way from elementary.
Shayla said, let me catch up on the comments. Shayla said, shy.
Oh, okay. Hi, Shayla.
Both you ladies are beautiful. And yes, she was hating. Period, fam. Okay.
I just give everyone the benefit of the doubt.
I didn't ask you no question. Hold on. See, that would have been a comment when she be in the comments and I'd be like, whoop, whoop, and I skip it because we're not doing that today. Thank you. She said, Casey said, I agree that she was still envious. Alondra said, I had the worst thing said to me, like you were pretty to be dark skinned.
That's why I'm gonna start from when I was in elementary.
No, Casey, we're not gonna put her on.
No, I'm not.
Because we not. This person gets a pass. This is teaching, right? So everybody saw the video I put up to begin with. We're all gonna be respectful. Not that you're being disrespectful, because we got to bat for our girls. But
I'm
this particular
in my life,
and this particular person, everybody don't know how to talk. That's it too. So it's very important for us to be strong in ourselves. That's where that comes from too, because if you grow up with a Southern family, child, you gain 1 pound, they're gonna tell you don't go swimming if you too dark because they don't want, you can't get darker in the summer. All kind of silly things that they say. Summer said, I'm gonna read this, Summer, but you better not. Okay. Right. I don't think she was hating. I just think she was saying her thoughts as a younger person.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think she was saying it as a younger person.
So that's what I'm saying. I do believe that back in the day, I do believe she was hating. Do I believe that now? No. But what I'm saying is for now, remember, we learn better, we do better. Some things, if you're going to say it, you have to make sure that you say it right.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I'm going to just start from when I was a child.
Okay.
So growing up, I can remember all the way back from elementary, them calling me Blackbird, Burnt Biscuit, Tar, Just every single name in the world you could think of, I got teased because I was dark. Into junior high, it was still the same thing.
Junior high?
Even high school. That's what I'm saying. I had a real bad complex. And then people would tell me they thought like I was dark skinned. How did I have long hair? So just because
I
I'm
remember
dark,
that one.
yeah. So since I'm dark skinned, I'm not supposed to have long hair. What I'm supposed to be looking like Sealy or something? I just didn't get it. Like, I'm not supposed to have long hair. Or my mom always dressed me and my sister. Now she always got our hair did. So it was like people would wonder like, how did you have that? I got teased so much that I wouldn't wear bright colors at all. I would never wear bright colors because I felt like I was too dark for that. I remember one time, me and my best friend, we were in a hair show. I think it was a hair show, and the lady said I had to wear orange, and I told my mama, nope, I'm not being in it. I'm not being in it. I was like, I'm not about to wear orange and be looking crazy. And my mom was like, yes, you are. And I was like, no, I'm not. And she made me do it. And I hated wearing light colors because I felt like I was too dark. Like, I just felt like I was too dark. And everywhere I went is always, oh, now you're dark to be pretty. Like, don't nobody say that to a light-skinned person. Oh, you pretty to be light-skinned. So why the fuck would you tell me I'm pretty to be dark-skinned? Like, that's not a compliment to me. So growing all the way up being called darky or blackbird and all that, you start feeling like you ugly. I didn't think that I was pretty at all. Like, I literally hated my skin color. I wanted to bleach my skin. I did not want to have kids because I was scared that they would be dark skinned. And I never wanted my kids to go through what I went through as a child. Like, just, I swear to God, thinking about that, I swear to God, it made me almost want to cry because people are
Don't make me cry.
I know, but it's just
go ahead. This is this show.
People are, hold on, because people are so fucking cruel. Like, you don't understand how that feels for somebody to talk about you your whole fucking life just because a color of your skin, like just because you're dark, you're ugly. And I've had people say that. I'm like, that's not ugly. But to me,
just because you're dark.
Yeah, but to me, I didn't feel that I was pretty. I felt like I was ugly because they always was like, if you're dark, you're dark. Growing up, we had the hotline. What was this?
Like
call line
or whatever.
The party line. The party line. I can go back to there. If you have friends, if you said you was light skinned, you automatically was fine. Oh, you light skinned with the you looking like a Lee or something. If you get on there and say you dark skinned, they automatically just gonna dish you. Like, you have to have real thick ass skin to get through that. I had an ex friend of mine now. She's 10 years older than me. She still haven't got over her complex. Like, she still feels a way about light skinned girls. Like, if we would go somewhere, because she's the same color as me, she's probably a little bit darker. If we went somewhere and it was a light skinned girl, she's ready to fight them just because they light skinned. But it's because of what she went through. I've never felt like that because my best friend is a red bud. Right. Yeah, she's a red bud. Like, that's the light as you can get. But it's just like, you have to have thick skin to get through this. That's what I'm saying. I thank God that I have my mom. My mom always told me I was pretty. She would always tell me and my sister and my best friend, like, you guys are beautiful. And you are really beautiful because you're dark skinned, and people have to really look at your features to see that you're beautiful. So you guys are really,
to me.
I'm telling you guys, in my mind, I know what you feel like. Yeah, like, I didn't see that. It took me to be an adult to see that. And even as an adult, I remember Michael, my play brother Michael, he'd be like, put blonde in your hair. I'm like, nigga, I'm not about to put no blonde in my hair. Like, I can look like a black and mild. Like, I'm not about to be looking like a black and mild. I remember I used to, Portia start putting blush on me. I would be like, I'm too dark to wear blush.
I used to think that too.
Yeah, and Portia was like, no, you're not, Rashawn. And she put blush on me one day, and I'm like, wow. Right. Like, oh yeah, this is cute, bitch. This shit is cute. Right. Then she would be like, you could wear lipstick, and I'll be like, no, I'm gonna look like a smoker. Like, I felt like
browning lip.
Yeah, I would be feeling like I look like I smoke cigarettes. So I'd be like, I'm not wearing no lipstick. Now look at me. So it's like, it took me to be an adult to start embracing everything. Now a bitch can't tell me shit. Like, you can't tell me nothing. I'm black. Yeah, I know that I'm black. So now what else? Now what else? But a lot of people are not there yet. I was an adult when I started loving my skin. Like it literally took a long time. But it's like the world we live in is so
Cruel.
It's cruel. I swear to God. I don't even want to start crying. But because
Okay, you take a break. Let me read the comments. You take a break and eat a little.
I'm like, because I don't want to start crying.
Take a break, eat a little bit, and I'll read the comments right now. We're gonna give her a break.
Thank
You got your support system here. Let's see. This summer. Okay, Shay. Sounds like a sneak diss due to a current jealousy. I really don't think it was, guys. I promise. This particular person, some people just don't think about the things that they say before they say it, but they're not mean. And I believe that was the case with this. I believe that because it was also in writing, you kind of condense it or you move too fast or something like that. And that's literally what this is about, being intentional if you're going to say things like that. That example was a perfect example because we kind of know the person. So I don't think it is today. Let's see. Alondra says, speak on it, Ro. I'm pretty sure she liked that. Okay. And then she says she remembers that hair show she had on neon green. Mom said, if you have a negative add-on, just don't give what you consider a compliment. Correct. That's why our children should not be on social media till they're 30, Mom. But I agree, because like Rose said, we was able to get away from it, meaning that when you got out of school, like that was over. Now you back with your friends, because typically stuff like that happened in class, like when you're not with all your friends, and then you go home and you have some time away. These babies, like, they don't get no break because they don't take their phone out their hands, so they on the internet, people could text them, all that different stuff. Jasmine said, I'm sorry, Auntie. That's what she said, Jasmine. And then Lisa said, people always give dark skin backhanded compliments. Yes, they do. Plus size, dark skin, and your texture of hair is the most things that girls. Oh, and if you have a flat butt, more than breast. It's butt more than breast.
Well, nowadays, no BBL.
Girl, I just saw a special. Let's see. That happened to you, and glad you're speaking your truth. She deserves to speak her truth, and everybody does. Totally understand. It hurts even more when it comes from family. Yes, that's the worst part.
Yeah, I never had it. Well, my family used to call me Auntie Lizard and Blackbird, but they just did that shit, I guess, just to do it.
And in families, sometimes it depends on who it comes from. It's a little bit different, because usually the bigger uncle is tiny something. So it's just like the word bitch, right? If I call her bitch, it's different than if an enemy call her bitch. It depends on the context, and that's why it's really
it depends
important.
on the way you call it, because I call people bitches all the time. All day long.
All the time. Lack of awareness. Yes, Lisa. I think it's a complete lack of awareness. And for some people, here's what I don't like. I hate it when somebody says something bothers them and somebody say, why is that that big of a deal? That's why I kept letting you know, no, I'm not hearing you. I'm making sure I'm repeating what you're saying, not discrediting what you're saying. It's not for it to be a big deal to you. Obviously, it's for the person that it hurts. That's where I believe the lack of awareness comes in. Monique said, growing up, I always thought you and Tia were so beautiful, stylish, smart, and so much more. I did too. And so did my mom. Shay said, that's true. I'm going to just get through this all of you, girl, because it's a lot. What's in her cup?
Ciroc. It's my Ciroc cup, so where is the little sign? So it's Ciroc in here, because I'm a Ciroc girl. They need to endorse me on that. Okay, go ahead.
Alexa said, I got nobody teasing has a couple. You got a couple times. That's that part right there. You getting cussed out.
Alexis, you is so pretty though. So it's like you wouldn't get
people saying things about her too.
Really?
Because remember, she was tall and slender.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, and here's the point that I'm making in all of this. Her story is her story. I have the same story with being plus size. And in high school, I didn't even have no stomach. I had a BBL body, okay? And then when I did have a stomach, I would choose that stomach, okay? I'm just saying. Point being is we are so hard on each other. We're hard on ourselves, right? So you would think that off top that would make you not say certain things to other people. But for some reason, I wonder, do people get a nut off of making other people feel less than? Does it deal with their ego?
No, to me, I feel like hurt people. So
we all hurt people.
But yeah, that's us. But a lot of people nowadays with social media hurt people. So they can get behind the keyboard and say all those mean things because they know that they're not going to say it in your face. So they're going to get on the keyboard and say all that stuff because they know 9 times out of 10, they're not going to see you. Now, if I was in that person's face, are they going to say that? No.
And Alexis said, yes, ma'am. See, I remember because me and Alexis was cool then too. And
it's just,
Summer said families have a lot of colorism. Summer, that's where most of mine actually came from. At my cousin's funeral, I actually heard the voice of somebody, and it made me remember a whole bunch of stuff that I guess I just put away or whatever. And I was telling my mom, like, both of my god sisters are like Summer's color. And it was always, they were prettier. But it wasn't from them. They didn't treat me like that. Their mothers didn't treat, my godmothers, they didn't treat me like that. It was always somebody else. Like, it was an adult too. Like, first of all, why are you over here with us, like pitting us against each other? And so for a while, I did not particularly not like light-skinned people because my god sisters didn't treat me like that. But I didn't want to be around them because I felt like as soon as we got together, then it's going to make us look like, make me stand out.
I think the only reason why I probably didn't feel like that is because I had a best friend that was like light, real light. So she didn't never treat me or Rolanda different. Like she always
that helped for me.
Yeah, so that helped me. So I would be a hypocrite to hate other light-skinned people. And I had a best friend that was like, so I've never been a dark-skinned girl that hated light-skinned girls and were mean to them because everybody was mean to me, because
that doesn't make sense.
It didn't make sense to me.
Right.
Like, she loved me as dark as I am. So why would I hate other light-skinned people?
Right.
It's just growing up. It was just unfortunate. Like I said, so many people, they're not where I'm at right now. They still hate their dark skin. And it's just unfortunate that it's like that. Like, it really takes a lot. Like, you have to be comfortable in your skin. I don't know how I got here. I really don't know how I started feeling okay with my skin color. I really don't know.
Buying you all of these things, telling you it's pretty.
No,
I didn't tell you was pretty.
No, I don't think it didn't have nothing to do.
One day.
Maybe I was looking in the mirror. I don't know what it was. It wasn't a man telling me nothing because I barely believe what a nigga say. Anyways, you could tell me I'm cute and just to fuck. So I don't believe that. Sorry, everyone. I just think that one day I just got it in my mind, like, this is the color of your skin. Yeah, and you have to embrace it. Like, you have to, if you don't love yourself and think that you're beautiful, nobody else is going to think it. So when I see other little dark skinned girls, I remember one time I seen on social media and it made me cry. It was a little girl. She was like 6 or 7 and she was getting her hair braided. She had like, kinky hair. And she just started crying. And the lady doing her hair was like, what's wrong? And she was like, I'm ugly. And she was like, what makes you think you ugly? Like, boo crying. Yes. And she was like, because I'm dark skinned. This was like 2 years ago. And she was like, and I'm ugly. Everybody say I'm ugly. It just took me all the way back. And I'm like, damn, like, I feel so sorry for that little girl. Cause I'm like, now it's social media out. And I'm pretty sure the kids at school is talking about her cause she dark skinned and everything. And the lady was like, you are beautiful. Like, say that to yourself, say that. So every time if I see somebody that's young and that's dark like me, I really,
gorgeous.
Yeah, I always tell them that.
Yeah.
Like you a little Barbie. Like,
Yes.
don't let nobody tell you that it is just, I almost wish that my son was dark skinned, but he's not. I thought he would have been dark skinned, but he's caramel.
Okay, let's catch up on your comment.
Okay.
I'm just the assistant. Mom said there's some cowards, of course. Hilda said, yes, tear down other people instead of dealing with their own insecurities. Exactly. Family is the start of it, usually. Absolutely. Alexis said, I have family members that just realized a few years ago that your hair is real. What? Stereotypes are that your hair
is real, Alexis.
your hair looks real. People are stupid.
Now that's some
ridiculous.
Haters. That's from some real haters.
So they thought you had whatever. Oh my God. Yes. It stems from it stems from the house field ninja mentality also. Yes, it does. That is exactly where it goes back to. And you'll be amazed to know that I grew up thinking, because this is what we hear, like that we kind of put Africa to shame in some of the things that we do because we became so colonized and this and that. But when I look at the movies, and what I mean by the movies, not just the storyline, but a lot of them will say based on a true story, but the actresses and stuff, you'll see the older videos, they're like my color. And then I was like, the first video I saw them, they was super light. And the first thing they do when they get money is slap a wig on their head. So no, and they still doing it so bad over there. But yes, the separation started there. I feel like people was basing their opinions off of a thing like music videos. Oh yeah, it's definitely media driven.
Mm-hmm.
It's
and even back then, but I really can't think of nobody. The only person I could think of when we was growing up that was mainstream, that was real big, was like Aaliyah. Who else was light skinned or something like that was big? Aaliyah, Monica. Who else?
What do you mean?
That was like mainstream, like.
But they're just saying it's based off of media, period.
Well, yeah, it's based off of media. And if we go to now, back then it was just light-skinned women and all that. If we go to now, you not even black. You a whole different.
They'll put a if you're in a well-to-do commercial, this or that, it's the Caucasian male, a mixed girl, and then all of their kids. And then all of their kids is mixed to the point where they look Caucasian. That's what it mostly is now. So being able to see yourself, I think that's a lot of it too. You don't get to see yourself. So a lot of things you don't even believe are possible for you. I believe it was like Neil Long, Gabriella Union, and a couple of the people in that age group that was saying that they made a pact to become cool with each other because they knew that every time a role came out,
it was going to be between those three.
It was going to be between them every single time. And so,
but it's still like that now. If you think about it, if you go back to like, what's her name? Sweetie. I don't know all the new people now. Sweetie, and then the girl, she on the tip of my tongue.
Kristen?
No, Tink. Now we going off of who is Tink. She's dark skinned.
Okay.
If you go off who is more talented, Tink is. But who is blowing up? Sweetie, and all she doing is copying, putting some song over her music. We can do that now, but she blew up because she's light skinned. So it still goes on now. She was on the Breakfast Club, and they didn't even have to ask her. The producer that was with her was like, she hasn't made it big because she's dark skinned. So it's still going on now. It's just you have to learn how to embrace it. That's just period point blank. You have to have the right people around you to where you won't be feeling like I can't live in this world like this.
I think that's why a lot of people, and I'll get back to the comments in just a minute. I think that's why there are so many people also creating their own path in entertainment. Like me creating Melanin Madam, there are people in entertainment that are in my brand. And they're in my brand because I don't want to go try to be on the Breakfast Club or something like that, when I can create my own platform and then make sure I extend the olive branch to somebody else. The problem is I can't understand why that's usually somebody's goal to start with. That I don't ever want it to be like this, blah, blah, blah. And it's like when they get up there, because it's so few, they feel like letting somebody in is going, but you created the space. So why are you not opening it up for other people? I don't feel like it's extended the way that it should be, because a lot of people,
black people, yeah, and then a lot of things with black people, it's like black people don't want to see other black people succeed. If you want to really get down to it,
because they're afraid it's going to take from them.
But they shouldn't feel like that. They shouldn't feel like that.
Crab in the
barrel. Yeah, they shouldn't feel like that. It just goes all the way. It
goes back to slavery.
It goes back to slavery, because I would have been out there picking cotton. I would have been out there picking cotton. I probably would have been shot because I can't be out in the sun.
That'd have been me, because Jesus put us in the air and in our people.
Yeah.
Baby, let me tell you, don't send me back to Africa, because honey, I
don't want to go to Africa.
I don't want to live there. The way that they treat people just like.
But I think they're not going to the right place. I literally want to go to Africa to see where I'm from. Like, I want to go to the actual place.
You should do the blood thing. It's like Ancestry.com.
Yeah, I want to.
They have one for,
because that's where I want to go.
Which, by the way, Ancestry.com is like $100 and something. The one to figure out which tribal unit that you're probably from is $400.
No, my niece did that. Lisa, if you on here, which one did you do? Because she did that one.
The black one?
I don't know if she did the
black one. Where it tells
one.
You what African tie you have? Send it, please, or post
Lisa,
it
tell me if you did, which one you did, because she did that one. But I want to go back to, because I'm trying to be like Woman is King. What's the name of that movie? Woman is King or something?
Yes.
I love that movie. Like, it made me.
I do want to go to Africa, but I don't want to live there. And here's the reason why. We would be fine there. We would be embraced there, because it's based on money. So there, we would actually probably need to make sure that we had bodyguards. But that's my problem, is that it's so much separation more there than here. I'm good. I don't have time for that. And I don't like superficial shit. Like, don't be in my face because I got $1, because shit, that's going on my $700 gas bill. Back to your comments. Okay, $700. Don't forget to leave a tip. Let's see. I feel like people. Okay, I said that one already. Monique said, I'm the first multiracial in my family. I was and still called the white girl. Had to prove my blackness.
And she is so pretty.
I could believe it. I always thought, Tia said, hi, Tia. Yeah, I'm not kissing her all like this. What you put in She said, I always thought you were the most gorgeous person in the world, even back when we was little, and I would get on.
Yeah, you did get on my nerves. I don't know if you just saying this because we on live stream.
She is.
Hi, Tia.
She trying to Alondra said, being raised by light-skinned parental figures is a whole other struggle.
Because they don't understand what you're going through.
She said they don't get it.
They don't get it.
You feel worse.
They don't get it.
They look at you crazy because they haven't experienced it. Mm-hmm. They deny it. So they can't see it. They don't hear it. They don't see it because they're not the same color as us. So they
now Alondra's grandma and grandpa, they're lighter.
Right.
So when she's telling them, oh, people making fun of me because my dark skin or whatever, they don't understand her because they didn't go through that.
But they don't see it with nobody else either.
Don't nobody see it except for us. That's why I'm saying with just
how you don't see it.
It's the same thing. Me and Alondra just think we're best friends, but we the same color. Shatia is the same color as us, but nobody else went through the same thing as us, and they don't understand it because they're not the same color. So us telling them like, oh, people calling me Blackbird and all this, and they teasing me because of my color or because of my hair, they don't understand it because they don't go through it, even it being your parents.
Well, I'll go back to the comment that I believe the young lady said earlier, lack of awareness. But I believe
it is because
you don't want to be aware because
it's just
pay attention.
So I don't really think so, because even my mom was lighter than me, but I guess I said it so much to her. She just kept telling us like, it don't matter what nobody else says to you. I'm telling y'all beautiful. But still, even if Alondra had her grandparents to tell her that, in her mind, she didn't think that because everybody else outside the house is not telling you that. Everybody else outside the house is telling you you're black, you're burnt, you ugly. So it doesn't matter, but it doesn't help when you have parents that don't understand it either.
Well, I'll not because I love Alondra and I don't want to say anything wrong. I'll leave that alone because I don't understand. Lisa said Maya was another artist.
Oh yeah, Maya. All you have to do is say you look like Maya.
Girl. Alexis said Maya, Faith. Some of those girl groups,
thank you. Yeah, 702.
Everybody had the token.
All of them, and then just think it wasn't a lot of black girls that who was the first person that I was like, oh, she's so pretty and she dark? I think it was Tweet. I used to love her. I was just like, oh my gosh, when I grow up, I want to look just like her because now I'm seeing somebody on TV that looked like me. I'm like, oh, Tweet is so pretty. Who else?
And that's why representation is everything.
Yeah, when Kelly Rowland came out, but I think I was already when Destiny Child came out, we was an adult.
Like, no. Singers.
Yeah, but I still was like, Kelly is pretty. Like, and then that's my birthday twin. Hey, Aquarius. I'm not throwing up gang signs. That's an A, everybody.
Oh, Lisa said she did 23andMe.
But did that tell you what tribe you was on, Lisa?
I think that tells you the country.
Because she had a lot of different countries on here.
It tells you the country, but this particular one tells you the tribe.
I'll pay the $400 because I'm telling you, when I go, who want to go to Africa with me? That's planning right now.
Please stop soliciting. Okay. Woman King is the name of the movie.
Yes, Woman King. I'm telling you,
my memory is good, huh?
Yeah.
Please don't. Okay, let me finish your comment so I can remember.
Woman King. Oh my God! After I seen that movie, I swear to God, I really wanted to go to Africa because I'm ready. I don't think I can fight like them.
I was about to say, you're not.
I can't fight like them, but it made me want to go. Like they was bomb. Yeah. Like I that literally.
I wouldn't want to stay though. It's there's a black-owned Ancestry testing. Yes, it is. That's what I'm talking about.
What's the name of it?
It's just a lot more. I saved it so that I could go. I still want to do it because I want to do it and then share it on the show. And I said I was gonna pick like 3 other people to do it with me.
I want to do it.
I'll pay for it.
Well, not Africa.
The business will pay.
Woman is king. Woman is king. Is it woman is king or?
Women, but what I'm gonna need Raw to know is I'm still wear some Chucks, okay?
Well, I would still have this Indian hair, Brazilian, whatever it is, and I'm still having this in my hair
and wear my authentic hair.
Sorry, Africa.
You know, that's a little bit. That's like synthetic, and it's gonna be a dual blend. Pre-Trove. It's probably for all of it. Definitely goes back to slavery. It's a learned behavior. Thank you, Summer. Point blank, period. And it goes both ways. Yes, it does. 23andMe is the name of the DNA. Oh, yeah, testing food. Nigerian was her most recent. And then St. Elizabeth Parish in Jamaica.
Yeah, she had a lot
of different things. Oh, okay.
And Lisa's the same color as me.
You think that your family is saying, you think that your family is saying that just because they're your family, though. Can you elaborate on that one? Her skin was fired. Tweet. Gorgeous. Foxy Brown was one of my favorites.
Oh, yes, Foxy Brown. Yes, Foxy Brown was beautiful. Well, we really was kind of too young to be. Well, no, she's the same age as us.
Oh, Keisha Belly.
Oh, yes, Bob.
She was like, Bob. I can only remember her. Yes,
Bob.
Alexis said me. Oh, Africa. I know that's you.
Africa what?
She said me. Who you said who you want to go with? Who wants to go with me to Africa? It said me.
Oh,
So I already knew that
yeah, we on there.
We in there. Keisha Bailey was bomb. Tia laughing at you. She's not laughing at me because I'm being a good assistant. Okay. It's called African Ancestry. Okay.
Okay.
And then Alexis is also laughing at you. Okay.
Okay, thank you guys for saying all the dark-skinned girls. Yes, all of them was bomb. So it took but just think all that is when we was like adults. It's not, I can't think of nobody that was young. Rudy off the Huxtables. But I don't even think she
still was border because...
But she was dark-skinned.
But it was still border because if you... I don't know, it just wasn't the same. Again, representation is everything, and it wasn't enough. That was the only person. Because Cherry off Punky Brewster was lighter. Every time they put Lisa on Saved by the Bell, they only put one black person on each
but
thing.
Still,
we didn't see a number.
And then Lisa on Saved by the Bell, you can't even say because she's mixed. So it's like, come on.
Exactly.
So I just thank God that it's a little better now. I mean,
yeah,
it's a little better. I just think that people have to have the right core around them. Like you have to have the right core around you that's not going to tear you down or do sneak disses or stuff like that too. But you have to learn how to love yourself by yourself. Like if you don't love yourself, everybody can tell you everything in the world. But if you don't love yourself for yourself, then it doesn't matter what nobody else say.
I would like to change your saying. You need to have the right people around you. How about we need to start being the right people?
But everybody's not going to be the right people.
Care. I don't care what we're going to tell them what to do.
But I would say...
I'm making excuses for people. You need to get it together. Either get it together or shut up.
They're not going to shut up.
Because somebody say something about your goofy looking ass kid and then you want to act like, oh, I'm hurt. They learned it from you. You hurt your... That's another thing, too, that people don't think about. When they sitting there talking and their kids can hear, and I'll always use myself as an, if you sitting there talking about fat people and your kid is pudgy, I hope you don't think your kid think they exempt. I'm being for real because
but I don't talk about people's kids.
Oh my gosh. I said talking around them and the kids over here.
Oh yeah, and then they start saying
if I hear you talk or they start saying it, or if they look in the mirror and they see what you're talking about you don't like and you're talking about it bad, do you think that they believe they're being skipped over? They believe, well, dang, do my mom not like me? It hit, the closer it is to home of the person that says something, or the more frequent or more in front of everybody, that's when it matters the most.
Well, I just think nowadays when you're at home, you need to raise your kids to not talk about other people.
My mom would backhand.
Yeah, like these kids, those stuff that they say to other kids is just ridiculous nowadays. I mean, they being kids, but you don't have to be.
I don't agree. Understand what
I'm like, because kids,
you know, they honest.
So
don't get mad.
Kids are very disrespectful.
Very.
And I'm not even going to get on that.
Yes, we are, because that's where it starts. Because Summer said it already. Learn behavior.
Well, it is a learned behavior. So that's what I'm saying. I'm telling. See, it's different because I have a boy. If I had a little girl, I think it would be all the way different. Right. If I just think,
what's the example you're going to give? Let's hear.
I just feel like with little boys, it is different than little girls. Little girls, I think, actually are tease boys. Little boys can be ugly and they still, somebody's gonna like them and all that. A little girl, it's just different to me. I feel like you have to really speak life into the little girls. Like, don't let nobody tell you you're ugly. You're beautiful. You're a queen. Like, you have to speak that into, you got to do that to little boys too. But little girls, I think they're more emotional.
I think boys are more emotional. Do you know every suicide that happened in 2020, all 7 of them was boys? That was high school and below? Because boys are actually more, think about it, their ego, their ego is being attacked. And so if they can't fight back, if they're being bullied, if anything compromises,
my son don't have to worry about that because I'm a fight. I don't care what it is.
And you teach him already to defend himself. So
yeah, it's just, I just think that parents nowadays need to speak life into their children so they won't see all this stuff on social media. They're looking at social media, so they have their mindset on, oh, this is what I'm supposed to look like. That's not what I'm supposed to look like, or this. So if you're at home speaking life into your kids, you're beautiful, you're this, you're a genius, you're this and that, your kids will grow up. It won't matter what nobody says to you.
They will
but
have,
you
like,
have to
no,
keep speaking it to you. But I think my mom didn't start telling me that until maybe I was probably in junior high, but she didn't know
because
how they didn't know how I felt.
Right.
And
because
then when
we have social media now and everything.
Yeah,
they
it was
see it. They couldn't see it, so they don't. Most people, when you tell them how kids behave, I don't think it's necessarily that they don't believe us. It's just that how could a kid act like that? It's that taken back sometimes. But now they see it.
Even with this subject, I had so many people inbox me when I said I'm gonna talk about this subject. Yeah, and so I'm like, they're like, how you gonna get on there and say that? Like
how you gonna get on there and say what?
Like, why am I talking about this subject? Like, you was popular, or you had a popular boyfriend, or you did this, you did that. That don't have nothing to do with my mind state. Like,
but what does it have to do with what you went through?
Because they don't feel like I went through that. Everybody don't feel, and like I said, everybody's story is their stories. I know for a fact, can't nobody on here come and tell me that they got teased and bullied like the dark-skinned people. Nobody can tell me that, unless maybe you was overweight or something. But if you wasn't overweight, it was the dark-skinned people. Those were the people that got teased day in and day out. If you was light skinned, you didn't have to go through that. You might got called certain names just because of something. But if you was dark skinned, you got teased about that all the way through school. So can't nobody tell me, it doesn't matter that my mom dressed me nice, or me and my sister nice, and got our hair done all the time, or we did this. My mom was a single parent, but she made sure we was taken care of. But that didn't matter about what we were going through in school.
Like, or like the comment that was made, how do all the boys want you? Or so it starts to make you think like, am I not supposed to have this? Like you're not deserving of it.
But like I said, if it was back in the days and she said that, I swear to God, that would have hurt my feelings. Like, damn. Like, so damn, the girls think that I'm ugly too. Like, I already think that in my mind because everybody's thinking about me. So the girls think about that too. So if the boys really did think like that back then, like I said, they were scared to say it to us. Because we didn't think that.
I didn't hear none of that. But I will tell you that I could relate. But this show is not about my topic. This show is about your topic. But I'm validating what she's saying is real. And she mentioned plus size. So I am telling you, yes, that is the truth. I can't tell you how many times I got asked, how did you get in? Specifically with Corey. Like, y'all I've been doing him.
Yeah.
Not only that, what makes you think that you should have? And it was all from girls that was lighter and smaller. Yep. It actually was.
It's like, it's just crazy that people think just because you're dark skinned or you big or that you're not supposed to have certain things.
Right.
And then for them to say you're pretty because you're dark. You're pretty because you're big. Like, that shit is some fucked up shit to say. Like, I literally hate when people tell me that. It's still now, even in the workplace, you don't really see dark-skinned people with high positions.
No.
You don't see people with dark-skinned people with high positions.
It's one or two.
Yeah, just like me I can give examples, me going into my patient's room like, oh, hi, I'm Rashonda. I'm going to be your nurse for tonight.
Oh, my nurse?
You're a nurse, or are you the CNA? No, I'm the charge nurse. Oh, you are? Yes, why would you think that I'm not?
It's like they think
the other nurses. Yeah, the other nurses. Oh, you're the CNA. No, I'm the charge nurse. Like, so it just goes all the way. So it just all around, this world is just raggedy.
Because people don't know how to filter their mouth. And that's what I'm saying. I don't understand. It's not okay. And no, I'm not going to give a damn pass for it. You wouldn't want nothing said to you like that. And at this point, because of social media, more people are aware of things. So you should be more careful with your words.
People do need to be more careful with their words, but they're not. It's just, I wasn't raised that way. So I'm not going to treat people like that. And my friends get mad at me all the time because of that. But that's just the way that I am. It's just, I don't know. It's in my
let me see if somebody cussing her out. So I don't have to do it because,
That's just the way I am. I'm sorry, world.
No, that's the way you should be. Start being the right people. and leave those that don't add to you. Right. We all need to take accountability to be better because you're raising kids too. So what are you raising them like? Oh, sorry. Meaning like your family can tell you you're cute. Oh, but since everyone else is saying the opposite, you believe your family is saying that because they're family.
You do.
You do.
I told my mama that all the time. I told my mama she only said I was pretty because I was her daughter.
Oh, Ronnie said, "Hey, best friend." He said,
What Ronnie?
"My best friend, Ronnie Stebbins."
Oh, hi, Ronnie.
Lapita is #1 chocolate girl. He is in love.
Oh, yeah, she is
in
beautiful.
love. Jesus,
she is beautiful. She's beautiful.
Oh my goodness. China said,
hi, China.
I think it comes from within. Your mom can be your #1 fan, but if you don't feel like it, it's not going to matter.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't, because
that's what I'm saying. It didn't matter that my mom
break you down.
It didn't matter that mommy told me I was beautiful. Mm-hmm. I did not believe her.
Because here's the thing, not that their opinion doesn't matter, but
you hear what everybody else is
no matter what. Yeah. I want the people that I want friends, I want a boyfriend, I want this. Those are the people that have to want me. Mm-hmm. If they have to pick you, like you already had me. If those people don't,
you're not gonna say my mom ain't gonna tell me oh, you are ugly.
So I know somebody who actually,
their mama told them they was ugly.
I know somebody who didn't think a couple of her kids was cute. So like if she said it herself,
but she told them they was ugly.
If she was leaving the house or something and one would try this, they would try to go with her. She didn't want them to go with her.
Oh,
yeah. And
was she raggedy? For me, mama ain't gonna say that.
And it wasn't no baby. You know, sometimes when your baby come out, you like, I think we look strange because they wrinkly. No, these was kids. I left that conversation alone.
Thank God my mama didn't tell me
that part, because yes, it's people that call their kids bitch. They mean to their kids. They don't like their kids. There's plenty of people that don't like their kids. Kids are mean. I think speaking life into your children, male or female, mm-hmm. light or dark, absolutely, because the world is going to tear their ass up. Mm-hmm. And at the very least, what I could for myself, I never cared about being called fat. I didn't like it, but it didn't completely break me down, because the fact was I was. So I wasn't, what am I going to do? Be upset and cry every day? I'm not going to do that. It was, my mom taught me that whatever I felt about me was most important, not what somebody else felt. So to your point, they spoke that into me.
You was more stronger than me. Because
I had adults coming at me from very young.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, adults. Good looking out, babysitter. With my blood. Anyway, I went through therapy. I'm good now. I still don't like them. And I told my mom when I hit 17 and a half, you know, when I hit 18, it's on, don't you? And don't worry, I didn't disappoint, but it's still one on my radar. Let's see. Our society generally desires dark-skinned men and light-skinned women. Mm-hmm. So we differ raising dark-skinned girls.
That's what I mean. I told you.
No, and they make a joke about that all the time. That if you notice, they'll say things like light skin is coming back, because back then it was light.
All the light,
Nino Brown. Yeah, it's now. Then it seems like when Morris Chestnut hit, that's when it hit. But before that,
that's my husband in my mind.
I married him 32 times. Low key, I think being popular can ruin your mental health at times. Oh, absolutely. Because you have a false sense of reality.
I don't know if I was popular. I think I was middle.
You were popular, you just regular. Yeah. Some people that go to their head, like the don't be mad at me, Alondra, like those Claremont girls. That's why we used to want to beat them up. And they looked a little strange. Agreed. China, Naya, and Summer. That is from Alexis girls. Okay. Apparently I'm her. assistant too, but I'm humble. I don't mind.
Hi, Alexa.
Therapy is a must in this world. Let me tell you, in real life, so I have a nonprofit and I want to start, now that COVID is over, I want to start being in the schools. But
hi, Terry.
I was thinking about therapy later. It's good, but what about if we could do something much sooner so we could live much better lives sooner? I think that therapy,
it's not going to work because when you're younger, you don't feel like you need therapy. You have to do it
I think
now.
it would, because if you got it in high school,
you're not going to do it. So do you think you would have did therapy in high school?
Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't. I wouldn't have did therapy because for me,
she don't think she needs therapy because she don't think nobody should have been punched in the face that we think.
I feel like it's not that. I feel like yes.
Alcoholic break.
This is to Aquarius season, even though it's not Aquarius season anymore, but we're both Aquarius.
We'll take the whole rest of the year.
Thank you. Cheers. Now, this is what I was saying. When I was younger, I felt like therapy wouldn't work for me because I'm feeling like, what can I
actually had it, right? Like the social.
No, I didn't know.
What is that called, guys? Tell me the name of it if you could think of it, where they have oh God, the peers counsel,
peer counseling.
Peer counseling.
Girl, I was not about to go to no peer counseling.
That's what's wrong with these ghetto ass kids. Go ahead.
I'm not. What were you going to say to me as the younger Rashonda? What were you going to say to me to make me feel better? You a teenager like me. So peer counseling, no, you don't. No, you don't, because you're not the same color as me.
No, not me.
I'm just saying, using you as an example, if you're a peer counseling, you can't tell me nothing because you're not going through the same thing as me. Now, me as Rashonda, the adult, 43, I'll go to therapy in a heartbeat. But
you haven't been yet?
I didn't like him.
See,
no, I didn't like him because it was during COVID time, and I wanted to sit on the couch and lay down and tell him how I felt. So maybe
you wanted to be present.
Yeah, I wanted to do that. I was doing it online, and I didn't like that.
It's different.
Yeah, so me as an adult, I would go to therapy all day long, but back then I wouldn't have went because I really honestly feel like there's nothing you could say to make me feel better about myself. But it's like now, it's just like now, if you tell the kids to go to counseling, what is that counselor going to say to that child, that dark-skinned little girl or that dark-skinned little boy, that's going to make them love themselves? Because on social media, they're still seeing different things.
Well, nobody can make you love yourself. But
that's what I'm saying.
Counseling, yes,
they're not going to.
Because you wouldn't do it. There are some that
don't be like me, children.
Please don't. At least try it. I will say that. Or parents, you know what your kids
but
do.
Just like I'm saying, like my mama said the same. Go back. My mama told me, you're not ugly, Rashonda. You're beautiful.
I didn't say mom should tell you not ugly. I said you need to offer alternatives because I don't.
Oh, my mom did tell me to go to counseling. I told her no.
So if you have a defiant child, it's nothing you could do to help somebody that don't want help. That's at any age. And I feel like at that age, would I have made you when I figure it out? Well, everybody, you know your kids. So I would say do what's good for your kid, because some people, like I'll give one of my cousins, even as an adult, she needed therapy. Something happened and she needed therapy. And it was, they'll never understand because they wasn't there. Well, that's not what therapy is about. So I get it, because that's how I felt too. But I finally convinced her, paid her to go. And when she went, it was like, oh, that's what it's like? Because you think it's like what it is on TV. Mm-hmm. But when you go to therapy, they will conform to what you want. So I was coloring in the coloring book the whole time that I was talking, never looking up, because they realized at that point, I didn't like looking at people in their eyes when I was talking. Just let me drift off, kind of like writing in a journal. It was almost like so they'll figure out something that works for you, but at least try. I think that you should for your kids, because at the rate that suicide is going, you have to counteract it with something. You can't just leave it there.
So what do you think about now? Do you think that now is worse than when it was when we were children? I think that
I think it depends.
I think that if
Everybody's situation is
yeah, I think that if we was living in the times now, I probably would have tried to commit suicide. I honestly think that because I feel like it's worse now because it's on all these platforms. Everybody could see you now.
But think about this person, okay? Let's take yourself out of you, okay? Think about the person that, just think about any situation, not that one. It's happening to you at school, right? It happens to you on the way home. It happens when you get home. It happens with the people at church. It happens when you go to a family event. So it's technically everywhere around you as well. That's why I think that I can't really say what somebody should do. I think that it's important to discuss that there are options out there, but I can't say because everybody's not on social media. So is it worse for everybody? Some people, that's why some people keep their kids off social media. Skylar here is a no.
I do feel like kids should be off of social media because they're very cruel.
They are. So no, they can't have social media. So do they go through some of those same things? No. But I could tell you that a couple of them was in school. And I think that is horrible.
Yeah, I'm gonna be ready to fight.
You have to really guard your kids and protect them.
Well, just know when Amir starts school, if any kids talk about him, that I'm coming there to fight the kid and the parents.
So mom said it should be a course in school. I think that it should, we'll see, that was the other thing, okay? If they walked in here and told me anything happened, okay, I didn't go to work that day. I went right back upstairs and put on a hoodie.
Yeah, I'm going to the school.
No, I'm dead ass.
I'm going to the
because
school.
Guess what? Here, it's two things. The reason why I did it and the reason why I would act like anything that happened was I'm stopping right now, like make it really big and important because I don't ever want you to not tell me nothing again. And I want you to know that every single thing that happens to you is important to me and we're going to stop it right here.
But that's when they have to be comfortable telling you everything.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm saying. My mom didn't tell me. She didn't start saying that stuff to me till I was probably like a teenager because I didn't tell my mom how I felt. I just kept it inside. I would talk to my best friend, but that was it. I didn't really tell people how I felt because I only feel like I could talk to somebody that went through the same exact thing as me. I didn't feel like I could talk to nobody else.
Terry, I'll get to your comment in just a minute. I want to also address something I was thinking about the other day because I'm about to go back to therapy since the 4 recent deaths. I'm about to go back. But I was thinking about, like, why didn't our parents talk to us more about certain things, right? And then I thought about it and I was like, one, they didn't know it. And this is where I think it's really important too, once you become an adult, to revisit some things with your adult brain because it will heal some things for you. So like Rose, mom worked a lot, so she was what we call latchkey kid. I was a latchkey kid. It's a lot of things, and that's why we're so mature and can handle things, because that was the age group where a lot of the dads wasn't in the home. The mom was doing it. They was doing the very best that they could, and for them, it was more about providing what we needed. You got to keep your job, things like that. So it wasn't that they didn't care. They can't see as much as we think they can see because they're not there. But with us, we're more on high alert because we went through so many things, because that's also the era where a lot of people their parents was on drugs. A lot of those kids that was making fun of us, it's because their parent was on drugs, but they had a really good job and they looking at us like, how come your parent get to do that? How come you get in love? You know, it translated. So they were angry. It wasn't us. But because of that, now it made us like, oh, I know exactly what that looked like. Oh, as soon as I'm gonna tell them, I'm gonna tell my niece and nephew, I'm gonna tell my kid, I'm gonna tell my brother and sister. So each generation is better. And I think that's the beauty in it all. So do I think that a lot of those things would have helped you by the time mommy got to it? No. But before that, yes, where you'll notice more. And I think that that's where we give credit to our parents, because our parents showed up when we did say something. They showed the fuck up. That's what matters. Now we show up 10 times better. Next generation, if we raise the kids right, some of this stuff will start to stop.
But a lot of them not. Like, that's what I'm saying.
It's not
going to stop as long as the parents let the kids be on social media. It's not going to stop.
And let them talk too damn much. Because we still was in the car when think about it. When our parents was playing cards, let's just say in the living room, right?
My mom didn't play cards.
Because everything is about her.
She went to church.
Okay, so we went to somebody else's house and all the grown-ups was in one room. They sent us to another room as to tell us what our place was, but it's not like we couldn't hear. So you could still hear, you was around it. But if you came out to get some water, honey, you was A-line. You was going straight to get that water. We was taught to respect. Nowadays is, well, if that's how my child feels, oh, well, they just being honest. You just letting them do whatever. You're not teaching them morals and values.
But I still feel like you have to start with the child.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you got to teach them. So if you start from when they're young, maybe they won't feel how I felt when I was growing up. Like maybe they won't feel like, I don't want them to be conceited or anything, but I don't want them to feel like don't ever let nobody tell you ugly because of your skin color. Like, bitch, fuck you.
But my mom taught me both. So
but I'm just saying, like, you have to. No, you have to feel like
they have to be so hard that they like almost laughable, like whatever. So anyway,
yeah, like don't.
But she also taught me to not do it. I would get in trouble if I did it, and I would get in trouble if I let them do it to me.
So that's what I'm saying. Going back to old girl, I didn't feel like she was
being malicious.
Yeah, I just didn't feel like that's maybe the way she felt back then.
No, she wasn't being malicious, but when you say shit like that in public, you got to remember the person that's reading it is also reading it from their hurt place too. Let's get back to the comments. Let's see. Okay, Terry said, let me put it on the screen, honey. Maybe if you heard other girls speak their truth about not feeling pretty, maybe you would have become the rope. Exactly. I think so too. We didn't talk enough. And then I can remember like a couple times when we was cheerleaders, because our colors was yellow and gold and black. Like I heard a couple of girls say something and I said something to defend her. It's about, again, teaching our kids to do the right thing and what that looks like.
Yeah, because I didn't want to wear that yellow t-shirt because I felt like I was too black.
I think Alexis said good night.
Good night, Alexis.
Oh, don't worry. Tia already hit her up for us.
I know. What is it? 1 o'clock in New York?
It is. Terry said, I do therapy with foster children.
Yes, she does.
Be surprised at how receptive. Thank you. How receptive they are to talking about what's bothering them to someone who they feel is not going to judge them. Because that's the thing, Ro. It's not about, I get what you're saying, because you're in that is true. What you're saying is true. But it's what we talked about before we got on. If you just, somebody listens to you, the fact that they're listening to you and maybe show compassion or I hear you, it's never a good idea to say something like, well, I don't see how that's happening. Oh, shit. Yeah, don't do that.
But Terry, I need your help.
They do. People like to be heard. Every woman wants to be heard. Man, too. I mean, I can only speak for a woman, but men, they want to be heard, accept their lives. Mom said, but sad to say, it would give the bullies and insecure more ammunition. Or isn't it? It would give them more ammunition. Not sure what that one is for. Sorry, Mom. Oh, and then Elijah said, or I think being Black is what's in style now, unless you're actually Black.
That's true, Alondra, because they want all of our features and everything.
900%. So it's a bit better nowadays. However, I think it has shifted. Now it's worse in a sense that everything is so fake. Absolutely. But I don't think it's better because you said the first sentence you said, Black is in unless you're Black. So we still not getting credit for it. We still not getting credit or put on a pedestal. Oh my God. And Terry said, I'm here for you. She gonna charge a little bit. She's gonna charge a little bit.
She's in school for that right now.
She done saw what a fool you done acted, so she gonna charge you a little bit. Your nose just flared up a little bit.
I hate that. I hate that I had to go through that in But I swear to God, I thank God that I'm over that. Because like I said, it's a lot of people they're not comfortable in the skin that they're in. And as an adult, like, how are you in your 40s or 50s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and still don't love your skin?
Because they're angry.
But that's what I'm saying. It just, you have to start loving yourself. It is, like I said, it's nothing nobody said to me. It's nothing nobody said to me. I had to do that for myself. I had to do that for myself. I just wish I would have did it maybe a little bit younger, but I'm here now. Thank the Lord.
Terry said I'm just a phone call away, and I'll pull up. You know, you are so beautiful. Your smile.
Thank
Your
you.
smile warms my heart. Well, what about when her nose just flared? Thank
you, Terry. But see, people who say that stuff, and back then I literally did not believe it. Like, I felt like people would tell me stuff just because they was my friends or they was my family. I really didn't have a problem in my family with people teasing me and stuff. It was outside. So, like I said, I felt like my family just told me that because
we're family.
They were my family. I think a lot of factors go into that. I think it's because we grew up, like you said, a latchkey kid. My mom wasn't there. So when I told her, but if I would have probably had my dad around or something like that.
That's how I used to feel. My mom was here, you would not be doing this.
If my dad was around or something like that, it probably would have been different. Like I said, it didn't matter what a nigga said to me. Like, I never was that chick that felt like, oh, he telling me this, so that means something. Like, okay, you telling me that. So it never was nothing that a male had to say to me. You literally have to start believing in your own self. You got to start having self-love. Like, I don't know how to tell somebody to start believing in themselves. You just have to start feeling it within. Just start loving your own self. You can't let nobody get to you. It's nothing nobody can. Well, there's certain stuff, but my skin color is nothing nobody can say to me now that would hurt my feelings. Really, I kind of don't think it's nothing nobody can say to me now.
Well, I'll tell you what my mama told me. My mama told me everybody is funny looking. And it's something you can say about everybody. When she told me that, I said, that is true. So, honey, my defense was already up. As soon as I meet you, I already know what I would say if you said something to me. But I always put it on the back burner because I just wanted to have fun. I was a kid. But just in case you lose your mind one day.
Well, yeah, now, I mean, nobody wants to get me to that, Rashonda. No. Because I'll have you in your feelings. You probably might want to.
Yeah, because I reversed mine.
I know what to say to her.
It's not regular stuff. Like you said, people that talk about people that's bald head, fat. Those is surface. If that's all you got, especially at this age, your parents didn't teach you right. They should have told you, at least if you're going to say something, let it be worth something. But what would be your best piece of advice of something not to say? Or what would be just your closing statement?
Well, one of my things that I would say not to say, and I'll still say this today, don't tell nobody, don't tell dark-skinned people that they're pretty to be dark-skinned. That's one thing. Okay. Don't do that because that's a backhanded compliment. It's not even a compliment. It's not a compliment at all. And I would just say that, second, I would just say to love yourself. It's something about you that's beautiful to you. You just have to look within, like look at yourself and see what's beautiful. Like you don't have to be conceited or anything, but you're beautiful. So you have to start saying that to yourself and everything. And once you start feeling that way, then everybody else will feel that way about you. And believe me, once you start feeling like that, it's nothing that nobody can say to you to hurt your feelings. It's nothing. Once you start loving yourself, it's nothing that nobody can say to you. So all I would say is love yourself, mental health and everything. Take days for yourself. If you need time to yourself, do that. I know it's hard when you have kids because it's hard for me. If you have children, still try to take time to yourself and get to learn yourself.
Yes.
Right? write in a journal, write things down that you like about yourself, put them on little pasties, put them on your mirrors and everything like that. So you can remind yourself why you love yourself, what's beautiful about yourself, what you like about yourself. And look at that every day. Say positive things to yourself when you wake up. Even if you don't pray every day, just when you wake up, think of something positive, because whatever you put in the atmosphere, I believe that it really happens. So if you think in positive thoughts about yourself and everything, then it's going to come back.
I would agree. I would agree. My mom asked, did it make you any stronger in any area of your life now? Going through the jealousy of others who talked about you. So I already answered it. So she said yes. And then Ronnie said, you had to go through all of that. That's what builds queens. Lisa said positive affirmations. And the answer is, hold on, Alondra. Alondra said, what helps is to know that everybody isn't your cup of, that part isn't your cup of tea, vice versa. I figured that being dark-skinned girl was never going to be everybody's beauty standard, but sometimes, but someone will love it, I think is what she was trying to say. And then so true. Exactly, Alondra. That's what, I think that's what helped me the most, is that my mom has always talked to me real logical. Most people around me have. I didn't really get to be a kid very much. And it was like, well, do you like this? Like they would throw things back at me like, well, do you like everybody that likes you? No. Okay. And I was like, oh.
But I didn't.
That's true. Yeah,
I was about to say, because you wasn't mean.
But the point was that they were trying to teach me and instill in me is that some people are mean when they don't like you. But the point is, you don't necessarily like everybody either. They're just stupid and say the things out of their mouth and you don't. So if they say things, to you, say them back or whatever. But I was always prepared to verbally. Not too many people will go head up with me verbally or physically, but verbally they won't, because I'm a little bit different. But it's only because I go in on my damn self. I'm just saying, because nobody's perfect. That's the point, is nobody's perfect. So why people extend themselves to talk about people or go out of their way to do it, I just don't get it. Because as adults, some people, and I say it all the time, they be thinking that they skeletons is hid, they shit is hid, and I'd be like, I know all your business. And you probably wouldn't even think I know all your business, because you're like, oh, she way over there. That's why you shouldn't talk about nobody. You just really should just leave people alone. At the end of the day, my biggest thing, bro, is I don't ever want nobody to not be here because my stupid ass sat there and said something that I shouldn't have said, and it pushed somebody over, all because my stupid mouth, and they didn't do nothing to me. I wouldn't be able to live with I would be so heartbroken.
Well, I'm glad I had my mom, because back then I did feel like, I don't think I was suicidal, but
you never know. It's not fair to even push somebody in that direction.
Yeah, like you would feel like I was better off being something else. Like I felt like I would have been better off being light skinned or something. Like I would be better off.
I did.
So I'm just glad that I don't feel that way anymore.
I wanted to be anything but me. I didn't even like hearing my name called. Like that's how bad it was. Like, yes, and me. Like, why are you calling me? But I'm just saying, everybody, work with your kids, and don't just work with your kids on what not to accept, but also teach them to watch their mouths too. If they're in a store, you see them call somebody something, correct them right there. If they do it after you told them a couple of times, disciplinary action needs to happen, because that's not okay. Because if somebody says something to your kid, you'll probably be the one in the store wanting to fight and this and that. Or if that adult turns around and says something back to your child, teach your kids to respect and to be respected also. And I think that that's the only thing we can do. And if your kids need therapy, all of us have like corporate jobs now where EAP and all of those things are out there. Don't ever think you above therapy. They got music therapy.
Well, now
they have all types of different types of therapy. Don't think it's just laying on some couch, but try things, whatever will work for your kid. but and also create an environment that's safe for them. If the family friend is making too many jokes or something like that, make sure that you check that. Don't let your kids roast each other.
Well, I'm just here to tell you that love your dark skin. We cracking right now. Don't let nobody tell you you're not cute because you dark skin, because dark skin is beautiful. Like, love your skin. And who wants to go to Africa with me? So we can know where we from, so we could be on Woman
We gotta
King.
do the test first.
Woman King Part 2.
We're gonna do a whole photo shoot. So we have to make sure we know where we're from, because if it's far away from each other, we have to fix something.
I think it needs to just be more women empowerment too. Like, I think it needs to be more
in real life.
In real life, because it's a lot of grown women that feel like that too. Like, they still don't like their skin that they're in. And I feel like if we have more empowerment groups, I know it's kind of hard because everybody has jobs and everything.
It's not hard.
No, sometimes, because everybody works.
Fun.
Yeah, when you make it fun.
Yeah, throw it.
So if you have a group of women around you that's empowering you and telling you everything, then you won't feel the way you feel. I feel like a lot of people feel the way they feel because they're alone.
And a lot of us haven't healed the little girl
from the little girl in us. That's what I'm saying.
Got better because I didn't. So I've been through therapy twice. The first time I went through therapy as of the point when I realized that I had issues with my dad and stuff when I turned 25. And then the second time I did therapy, it was because I was like, it gotta be a reason why I really don't like I didn't like my name called. It would make me, my heart would start beating fast. It was just different things that didn't make sense why I didn't like it. My mom even asked me at one point, like, Asia, did somebody touch you? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no. But I couldn't figure out what it was. I ended up figuring out what it was in therapy, but we have to heal the kid in us, because that's where all of our traumas come from. So where people be like, I don't like people. You don't not like people. You don't like the people that do certain things. Yeah. So we're robbing ourselves of having life and having it as full as we can, because we don't know these things. So it's okay. But I think you should at least take advantage of, try to free ones through EAP first. If you don't like it,
therapy is there for everybody now. It's really easy for people. And I do think you need to go back to that inner child. You have to go all the way back. You can't start from when you went to adult. You have to go way back, because something that happened to you, like I said, I can remember from when I was in elementary all the way I'm 43. Like, I can remember stuff from way when I was in elementary.
Crystal clear.
Yeah, it's like it just happened yesterday.
And certain words
I do feel like you have to go. Sometimes you have to go through that to be the person you are now. So I feel like if I didn't go through that, I wouldn't be the person I am today. Now, am I conceited or anything? No, I still feel like it's a million women that's more beautiful than me. But do I love myself? Hell yeah. Like, y'all bitches can't tell me shit.
I'm the only one that can run this.
Yeah,
I don't care if they more beautiful than they would they belong with, or what the.
You can't tell me nothing, but I feel like you gotta love yourself. Hey, Alondra, we gonna be on Woman is King, Part 2.
Be on a separate flight. I'm just saying. So thank you everybody for joining us tonight. We'll probably have a part 2. We're gonna talk to Ro after she goes to therapy once. So
I'm gonna go to therapy. I mean, I just want to know what they gonna tell me now, because I do.
What do you mean what they gonna tell me?
Because I love myself now. So what can they tell me now?
It's not a. So let me clear that up too. Hold on, y'all. We're gonna take one shot, and I'm gonna quit.
I'm just saying, what can they tell me now?
Oh my God. That's the February Aquarius and what they could tell me. First of all, it's not about telling you nothing. They should be talking more to you. Here, cheers to you not talking.
Okay. I'm gonna listen to them. I just feel like, what are they gonna tell me?
Cool. So, let me tell you something. Another thing I want women to get away from, because this platform is about building up women. I hate it when people say, if you love yourself, you wouldn't have let that happen. No. That doesn't mean that you don't love yourself. It means that you love somebody so much that you're either extending yourself or whatever, because It's the people with grown ass kids that do things that they shouldn't, that another parent may not do. And does that mean they don't love themselves? If you hang in there with your spouse, if you don't do, it's certain people that'll say things like, if you love yourself, you would present yourself better. I mean, people just go too far with some of this stuff. That doesn't mean that you don't love yourself. It just means that there may be an area that you need to fix because you're allowing people to do certain things to you, but that don't mean you don't love yourself. That's number one. Those are two separate things.
Well, what are they gonna say to me now? Anyone, Terry, what are they gonna say to me now?
They're probably gonna say, "Why are you so hard-headed?" No, they probably would tell. They would probably would for you.
It's
They would probably, yes.
It's other things I could have gone to therapy.
Yeah, I don't think it would be for that.
Yeah, it would.
No, it wouldn't be for that. I don't think it would be for that. I think it would be for like you holding people accountable, because sometimes when we're treated so bad, we see again, not that you don't love yourself. When you treat it so bad that even when people do things, you're like, well, maybe it's because of this, or maybe it's because.
I don't know why I'm like that. I just feel. I don't know why
she like that.
I know.
Accept it. I told her for free.
I just give people. I give people the benefit of the doubt. If you, I'm always gonna I'm always gonna see the good in you. And then when you do something to me, my crazy raggedy ass is still gonna give you another chance. But that's just how I am.
Because people in real life go through a lot, and it contributes to why they do things. Here's my caveat, and this is what I do. Everybody has to determine what works for them. If at the age we are now, if you are still allowing things to cause you to treat people a certain way, and it's just the way I am, or you're still riding on that excuse and you're not trying to help it, trying to get better, I can't fuck with you. Because if you think I'm going to let you keep abusing me or treating me like that, because you can't get better, but you can with that nigga you fucking know, you can't with that bitch you fucking, I can't understand. So I'm your punching bag, because in therapy, they teach you also that the person that, if somebody does the most to you, it's because they know that, like a parent, you will stay. You will not leave them. You will give them more chances. And so instead of appreciating that person, they take advantage of them. If you're not trying to get help, I can't deal with it, because that means you're going to keep doing it to me. You're not going to stop. So that's just it for me. Your BFF supports you. Hey, Lisa says, speak on it. I'm sure that was to me. Thank you. Excuse me, because see, I'm not putting these on here. Okay, see, wait a minute. I got to start at the beginning. Alondra said she was going to start at the beginning because Summer said, thank you. I'm pretty sure that was for you going to therapy. Francine said, laugh my ass off. I'm pretty sure that was for me, the vein popping in my forehead. Alondra said, go to the damn therapist, period. It's all in caps. I wasn't yelling at you. She was yelling at you.
Well,
I'm not done. Then China said, get this lady off the podcast. Your own goddaughter. She trying to revelation to you. And then, see, Alondra had yelled at you. So then she brought it back down and said, your BFF supports you. I'm going to go to therapy, y'all. She said, I'm going to go too. If there's no such thing as 2-for-1 specials. And then back to Lisa, because she was good. I'm gonna read it again. It says speak on it, but I'm sure that was to me. Okay.
Well, I'm gonna go to therapy, you guys.
It's nothing wrong with trying. Again, it's all different types. Now they have realized, I mean, it's nap, some of them, to cuddle, some of them.
I'm gonna go to therapy. Maybe I need to resolve some other issues.
You never know. I think that it will be good, because what if it's something that you haven't identified that will help you with it more? You just never know. You never know.
Well, I would just want to tell everybody to make sure you make your kids not be bullies, and to not talk about other kids, because you never know how they might feel. Like we said, these kids has committed suicide. We didn't even think about that stuff growing up. But nowadays, kids are committing suicide because they're teased so much. So I would hate for one of my friends or anybody that I know, child, to have to want to kill themselves just because something that they're going through. Like I said, if it was back in the days, I probably would have wanted
I
to.
can share with you, it's the worst experience ever.
Yeah, like
back in October, we lost one of our babies, and it's the worst feeling on this.
I wouldn't even want to. I thank God that we wasn't in the social media world back then, because it would have been all bad for me. So I just thank God that I'm at another level now, and I guess I still need to go to therapy for some.
Everybody needs therapy.
Everybody needs
people
therapy.
in certain professions need therapy.
Who knows? Who knows a good therapist?
Girl, I fired my therapist because she tried to make my marriage her marriage and all this other shit. Anyway, so that is it for tonight. I want to make sure I got everybody's comment. It doesn't hurt to try. No, it doesn't hurt to try.
Hi, Francine.
That's Francine. Certain people in certain professions, especially medical, anything that you're dealing with people, sometimes you need therapy as well, because they unload their stuff.
Well, everybody, let's go to therapy. Everybody, not just me. Everybody, let's go to therapy.
I already been there. You didn't want to come. Now you want me to go.
Well, I did go to therapy. I didn't like talking on the phone. I want to be laying on the couch.
I thought she was nervous.
Well, I'm not, because I've been drinking now. Thanks for everybody tuning in.
Yes, thank you.
And I just wanted to tell everybody to love their skin, no matter what color you are. It's not just about a dark skin thing. It's about every color that you are. Everybody is beautiful. Everybody is beautiful. You have something beautiful in you, and you just have to look at yourself in the mirror to realize it. You can't let what nobody else tell you make you feel a certain way. Look at yourself and see the beautifulness in you. And you just have to start loving yourself. Don't let nobody tell you nothing about yourself. Tell them fuck them. And they can go on somewhere.
My mama. Period. Okay, so last, Sophia says she's in for therapy. Lisa says she's currently in now. I said on my way back. Summer said,
well, who all wants to go to Africa so we can do Woman That's King Part 2? That's what I really want to go.
We going. I thought we said next year.
Who all going? Don't just say that because we on here right now. Y'all got to be ready to fight.
Thank you, Stacy.
Y'all got to be ready to fight.
Thank you, Alana.
Hi, Stacy.
Summer said, I love it. I'm not sure if it's the trip, the therapy, or I'll vote for all of them.
Everybody go to therapy. Please, everybody go to therapy. If I would have went back there, maybe I wouldn't have felt that way. I don't know.
She wouldn't have.
I just feel like people were cruel.
Absolutely. People is cruel every day. They're cruel now. But it would have gave you a fuck 'em attitude. It would have bounced off of you. It wouldn't have hurt. So on part 2, we're going to discuss with her what happened when she went to therapy, because she going to keep going back and forth with me about therapy. Thank you, fam. Shayla, she's like this. She going to keep going back and forth with me.
I am going to go to
Alondra and Summer. I'm so sorry that you're going to have to hear about this tomorrow, because she's not going to stop. She's going to continue the conversation. She's probably going to call you in the car, because I'm cutting my phone off.
I'm going to go to therapy. I just need a good therapist. Like, I need somebody that's going to listen to me. And just, I know.
Listen.
Well, right? I want to sit on the couch and talk. I need somebody that's going to listen to me and just let me talk and talk and talk.
Are you going to take it?
Yeah, I will. I just wasn't really that hungry.
No. I mean, that.
I just wanted to know who's all going. Okay, another thing.
I'll put the trip together to Africa.
You can do it better than me. I want to know. I want to start a ladies group. Like, I really want to start a ladies empowerment group. Like, I'm so serious, because I feel like we really need that nowadays. Like, who would be willing to?
Like, what do you want to do in this group? Tell me about it. It might already be a Melanin Madam coming. So
like, I just want us to do things like not even a retreat. Like, we could do women days.
That's coming
up. So where we can get together, and then when we can talk about what they're going through with no judgment or anything.
Raina, did you hear that?
Like, I want everybody. I want to do that. Like, we don't have to do weekends. We can do one day.
And I will say, because I think it will be a therapeutic for you.
Yeah.
To help plan. So, Raina, when we get ready to plan those, we have one coming this year. I promise. That's what the brand is about. You could be a part of helping.
I want everybody to just feel loved and beautiful, and just where nobody can't tell you anything. Like, you love the skin that you're in. I want everybody to feel like that. Like, I want everybody to be successful. I want everybody to have positive vibes.
That's the Aquarius in her. So
That's why
I learned in therapy. So I learned in therapy, this is what Aquarius do. That's what Aquarius do. That's why I don't have no goddamn sense. We be like, I'm every woman, I could do this. We be like, oh, let me go get this degree, let me go get this job, and we go get it, and then we look back and be like, come on, everybody, come on, I want you to feel as good as me. Come on, and then we stay stagnant. And then when they finally make it there after they do what they want to do, we say, okay, I'm gonna go do this, and then we look back and say, fuck. Okay, come on, everybody.
No, I'm ready to do it. In Asia, she's better than me. She's going to make sure I get it together. We have to have a women's group.
I'm being very serious. I'm really talking to Raina, who is my branding manager now.
And just going to make sure we do
that's
all
what
this.
The brand is about.
And everybody just stay positive. If you need to get these little beads, I wear these beads every day.
I'm being for.
No, I am. These are to promote positivity and to keep all the
like
negative,
the crystals and stuff.
Yeah, and negative energy away and everything. Like, I'm for real about no negativity right now. Like, I feel like everybody needs to be happy and living their best life and everything. So if you need to
get their mouth shut, if they don't have good things to say,
if you need to call off from work, call off from work. But I know we need to keep on saying that we need to hurry up and end this.
China, respect your elders.
Hi, China. Don't you know
that I'm the show has ended 10 times.
You know I'm gonna keep going on
China,
and on.
This is what happens when somebody. So I'm an HR manager and a project manager, and I have a nonprofit and an entertainment business. Here's the problem: if she keep going, you can't.
I'm done.
No, I'm okay. You can't open a box without closing the box. So if your person keeps talking, you have to allow them to get it off of their chest.
It's off of my chest.
I've been begging Ro to come, and so
she has been begging me to come. So I'll come back another time.
Good night, Tia.
Night, Tia. I know you're in Texas. It's past 12.
Oh, Mama said it's because being in a different environment, like the therapist's office, is neutral. That's probably why you want to be on the couch. So it's not necessarily the couches that you. I get what you're saying, Mom. Okay, so she's agreeing with you.
Okay, so we're getting.
She's been agreeing with her since we've been in the 6th grade.
We're getting everything ready for Africa and everything, ladies, and our Women's Day.
So we'll follow up via text. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Don't forget to share, like, y'all commented. Thank you so much. And make sure that you subscribe and share the channel.
Subscribe.
Ro will definitely be back because we want to know how therapy went. And plus, whatever else she feels like she needs to talk about.
I'll be back, ladies.
She'll be
and
back.
Gentlemen.
So, best friend. So, have a good night. Thank you so much. We're rolling back in the red carpet.
That was good.